Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to day 3 of Arc Graphics Academy. I'm so happy and glad to have you here. Embark on your journey on creativity and imaginations. I would love to have you here. Kindly drop your best emoji for online recognition and online presence. Kindly drop your best emoji for online presence. Hello everyone, good day, good evening. Kindly drop your best emoji for recognition and online presence. So we are going to be starting with the preview of what we had in the last class. For people that were not able to come online, for people that were not able to watch the YouTube video for the last class, this is just a brief preview just to carry you all along. Likewise, this is not an advantage for you to leave the previous video. Kindly go back and engage, share, like and subscribe, and click on your notification button for more updates. So yesterday we discussed about what is design, the types of design. We discussed about who is a graphic designer, and this is just a brief explanation of what we did in yesterday's class. What is graphic design is just termed as a simple component which comprises of visual components. They are combinations of components which comprises of visual components, color, shapes and text, so as to bring out the concept, a beautiful concept which use and helps to serve purpose. So you know that design is for a purpose, and you are designing something so as to communicate. So a graphic design is a creative field, a creative field that involves the art and science of using visual components, likewise colors, visual components like typography, visual components like shapes, so as to pass out an information, an idea, or to give a meaning to specific terms. So who is a designer? We learned yesterday that a designer is someone that is skilled and knows how to incorporate these components to a better and meaningful meaning, to incorporate the color, shapes, typography and other components so as to bring out a beautiful concept that will serve purpose and to achieve the goal for the users. So, and I said yesterday that designing is for the users, and anytime we are designing, we must understand that we are designing for them and we are not designing for our personal sake. So the goal of contention is what will suit them and what they love. So also yesterday we learned about the types of designs, which the types of designs that we learned yesterday. We have the motion designs, the packaging designs, we have the advertising designs. We also learned about brand identity designs, we learned about logo designs, and to also add it, we learned about visual designs, yes, and also illustrative designs, and we we did extensive study. If you study the video of yesterday, you notice that we did extensive study on those type of design. So kindly engage by going back to the previous video to check out these definitions and check out how we explained it. So today, in today's course, we are going to be learning briefly on the history of design, and we are going to be talking in depth of the terminologies in design and the design principle. So we have a template in which we are going to be using for this course so as to give you reference to icons and images in which you can easily play with and easily understand. As I said yesterday, design is not just a specific typography, it's not just colors, it's not just shape. Design is the combination of shapes, images, colors and typography. So in this sense, it means that we can pass out a message not just with typography alone, by people reading what you are writing. We can pass out message by colors, we can pass out message by images, we can pass out messages by icons. So in today's course, we are going to be looking at a PDF which is compiled by a professional team like ours, and in this PDF is going to give us an outlook on the in-depth meaning on the principles of design, where they get to list the important and the most necessary things we need to know as pertains principles of designs. So we are starting with the history of design to start with. The history of design can be traced back to the pre-printing stage, the 15th century stage, can be also traced back to the printing stage, can be traced back to this stage. We notice that people don't use technologies, they get to use symbols, they get to use visual symbols, like they get to use their hand, their other visual components which is not related to digital technology. So in this stage, we see people that they are more acquainted to using symbols in which you can easily interact with, and early human beings, they create these symbols and images so as to pass out or communicate some information. So they create these images to pass out and communicate information. As you can see, this is the revolution of graphic design, and this PDF is compiled by ARC team. So that's just a credit about that. And the first one is the pre-printing era. Just running briefly with that, it says originating in ancient time, early human manually created symbols and images on surface. So briefly, just what you need to get in this thing is that you need to understand that in this pre-printing era, what they do mostly is that they use human symbols, because there is no advancement in technology which can accommodate the kind of designs in which we are doing today. Then the next one is we have the printing era. The printing era is in the 15th century. If you go back to the 1st century, we notice that is the pre-15th century, but this one is the 15th century. And in this century, we understand that people use more of plastic or wooden materials so as to pass out information and so as to write some things down. So they do more of, as it says printing press revolutionized graphic designs by enabling mass promotion using movable types and fonts. So it means that in this era, what they do more of is that they use movable types and fonts so as to pass out information. There is not advancement in image, there is no advancement in colors, but what they do more in this era is that they use fonts and they use it to carry out more information. So if we move to the third type of the design, we have the Renaissance. We have the Renaissance century, which is from the 14th to the 15th. This period, what they do more is, I'll just be tipping it so as not to use much of our time. This period, what they did more is that they advanced in their typography, bringing out some scripts, some, let's say, some forms, some designs, and it's an advancement in some designs that, design then was more complex. It's now that we are trying to improve design by making it more simple. Then they advance the design, and what they do more in this century is that they produce complex designs with combinations of text and icons just to represent the design, what is in their art. So as he said this period revolved classical art and introduced advancement in typography. As I was saying, yes, and structured book design. So we are going to be moving to the fourth one. I don't want us to spend more time on the issue of design. The industrial design, this is more of when they started the large printer. So they started using the large printer so as to communicate or to print things. In this revolution, we notice that technology has been invading the space of the world, and people are already getting advanced in some sense of technology as related to design and as design is concerned. So many people have been using this big printing press just to print out what they have in mind. So we are going to be moving to the fourth type of design. We are going to be moving to the fifth. Yes, the fifth is called the art novel. So the art novel is characterized by orient and organic forms and decorative typography impacting poster art. So this place, we notice that cities and country have been trying to incorporate design to their society, and in this way what they are doing is that they are trying to bring out the art of design in the community, in the society. They are trying to bring out the art of design in the society by making things beautiful and making it more enhanced. So you can see in this place that even the city now, what they do physically, their physical structures, their streets, their buildings are more of a typical design type and more of a complex design structure in this particular area. Then we are going to be moving to the sixth evolution type of design. The sixth type, we have the Bauhaus. We have this Bauhaus. They use more of simplicity, and what they use best is they work on their grade base. Is a grid based design. So grid means getting angles so as to lead you and to guide you on every step in which you are going to use in your graphic design. So this grid means that you are trying to avoid errors, and then in order to avoid errors, what you do is that you create a structure, a lined out structure, either vertically or horizontally, so as to guide you on every position you are going to place in your design. So if you notice these kind of designs, they are structured, they are grid type of design, and what they work more on the hierarchy, the alignment, and the placement of either their fonts or their icons. So this place, what they do more is they make a perfect design that is accurate. They don't just work on any kind of design. What they do more is that they make a grid for all their designs, because in this stage they get to learn about grid and they know the importance of grid to their design, so they implemented it very, very importantly.